All right, I'm about to watch this video with my boy Lue Elizondo in front of Congress right now. And supposedly he's talking about how the DoD is in possession of alien bodies. So he's saying the government has alien bodies. What do y'all think? Do y'all think the government has alien bodies or not? I don't think so. I believe in aliens with all my fucking heart. I'm not gonna lie, with all my heart. Since I was a little boy, I believe there's some kind of aliens out there. But I'm not sure if I think that the DoD or any kind of government, I don't know what you call it, any kind of government body is in possession of aliens. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's check this out.
Mr. Burleson, I'll recognize you for 5 minutes of questions, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Elizondo, does any branch of the United States government or defense contractors possess technology?
Sir, there's documentation that I believe was submitted for the record that was approved for release by the U.S. Pentagon, by the Department of Defense Office of Pre-Publication Security Review, and it states one of the reasons why my predecessor program, OSAP, was trying to collect material of unknown origin.
Was it successfully collected?
It was not. What happened is that there was an aerospace contract company that requested to divest itself of the material that was collected in the 1950s. Right. Unfortunately, that didn't actually occur.
So let's dive into that. That's the Bigelow Aerospace, correct? So
yes, sir.
There was a journalist, Christopher Sharp, who said that there was a transfer between Lockheed Martin, Bigelow Aerospace, and the CIA allegedly blocked this. Can you describe that?
What I can say is that it was blocked. Why it was blocked, I can only surmise. I was part of some conversations later on with some of those contract personnel where they had told all of us that is accurate. What we required was a memo from the Secretary of the Air Force in order to make that complete, and that never occurred. And so when Secretary Mattis became Secretary of Defense, I decided it would be appropriate for me to try to receive a memo from him as SecDef, as Secretary of Defense, if we could not get a memo from the Secretary of the Air Force to transfer that material.
So if that material exists today, who's in possession?
Sir, I wouldn't be able to have that conversation in an open hearing. We'd probably have to have that.
Okay, my question to you then is, if we were in a secure setting, if we were in a SCIF, would you be able to provide or get access to something, whether it's visuals or material that we could put our hands on, or biologics, that would convince me, that would show me that we have non-human origins?
Sir, that decision would not be mine. That would be to the gatekeeper still in the U.S. government.
And who would so if you were in our shoes, where would you go from here? How would you get that information? A lot of times we just don't know who to ask because we don't know where to go next. So if you were in our shoes, where would you go?
Well, I prefer to answer that question in a closed session. However, we established AARO for that very purpose, and unfortunately, under its previous leadership, it failed. So one would hope that they would have the authorities necessary to do that.
You know what's crazy? I love when, and I guess it's like some kind of committee, I guess, but I love how they always say, "Oh, we don't know who to ask." We don't. You know who to ask, man. Stop. You know exactly who to ask, man. We need to be asking you. They sit there and say, "Oh, who are we supposed to ask?" We supposed to be asking you. You know what's going on. Stop lying, man. They always lie about what's going on. We don't know anything. You know what's going on, man.
Let's hope that this new iteration of leadership will be successful.
In the discussions, it's simply about material, or is there discussion about it was previously testified that there was biologics that were collected. Are you aware of any of that?
I am, sir, aware of the reporting that biologics have been recovered. Again, my focus was more nuts and bolts, looking at the physical aspects of these phenomenon, how they interacted around military equities and nuclear equities. So I'm certainly not a medical expert. I would not be able to probably provide you a whole lot of value in that simply because I don't have the expertise.
But was anything described as that we have possession of bodies?
Yes, yes.
Is it multiple types of creatures, or?
Sir, I couldn't answer that. I can tell you anecdotally.
And the whole thing about the alien bodies, I believe in aliens somewhere in this universe. We have to have There has to be some other kind of species of beings or something out there. It has to be, but I'm not sure if aliens have actually come to Earth though. Like I'm just not sold on that at all. I think people would be freaking out a lot more if extraterrestrials really came to Earth and we had proof and actual evidence that, you know, like we have bodies, we have alien bodies. I don't believe we have alien bodies, man. I mean, and people that know me know I'm big into the UFO thing, the UAP. I've been into this for like 20 years. I just don't believe we have alien bodies. I don't. If we do, then I'll say I admit that I'm wrong, but I don't think we have alien bodies. Some kind of craft, UFOs. I'm not even sure that the UFOs are from aliens or if the UFOs are from some kind of extraterrestrial beings or something. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it could be some government craft or government kind of. I mean, we never know, man. We really won't know. We don't know what kind of technology that they're hiding from us. But as far as alien bodies, I don't believe it.
That it was discussed quite a bit when I was at the Pentagon. The problem is the supposed collection of these biological samples occurred before my time. In fact, before I was even born.
And was this part of the Lockheed Martin discussion, or was this the biologics is a completely separate?
Separate yet related.
Okay. Has anyone made contact?
Sir, I'm sorry. Could you specify?
Has there been any, to your knowledge, any communication with a non-human life form?
So the term communication is a bit of a trick word because there's verbal communication like we're having now. The problem is you also have nonverbal communication. And so I would say definitively yes, but from a nonverbal meaning, when a Russian reconnaissance aircraft comes into U.S. airspace, we scramble 2 F-22s, and we are certainly communicating intent and capability. I think the same goes with this. We have these things that are being observed over controlled U.S. airspace, and they're not really doing a good job hiding themselves. They're making it pretty obvious they have the ability to even interfere with our nuclear equities and our nuclear readiness.
Is the United States government and our contractors, are they pulling technology from this? They're reverse engineering this?
Sir, as I previously stated, and please forgive me, I am not authorized to discuss specifics about crash retrievals. I signed documentation with the U.S. government. What I can say was, after a very thorough review process by the Pentagon, what I wrote about. And that was my limit, unfortunately, that I was given.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I would.
So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'm not just sold on the point that or the fact that we may have extraterrestrials on Earth. I think there are extraterrestrials somewhere in the universe. I mean, we have billions of galaxies, and each galaxy has billions of stars, and those stars may all have a solar system around them, and those solar systems, those billions of solar systems in one galaxy, some of those may have planets that may be able to hold life. So there's a possibility that there's like billions of planets that may be able to contain life. But have those extraterrestrials or aliens or whatever they could be, have they come here? I'm not sure about that, man. I'm just not sure. I don't trust the government really. I know that they could be. I know they like tricking us. They like leading us the wrong way. They like blatantly lying in our face. I don't know. I'm just not sold on it. And then I don't think people. I don't think, and it's just like he's kind of alluding to the fact that there may be or there are non-human. What would you call them? Entities. Non-human entities or something. I don't even know what you would call it. Non-human intelligence, non-human whatever, non-human beings, whatever. But he's saying like the government is in contact with them or they may be in contact with them. I just don't, come on, bro. An alien would be like almost like a god to us. It's so far, so great, much greater than us. It's so superior to a human being, bro. People wouldn't be acting like this. You'll be freaking out. And I don't think people freaking out enough for this to be real, for this not to be something made by humans. Like, come on, man. An alien? Like, I don't think people are really thinking about what the fuck this is. An alien, bro? An extraterrestrial, like a being from a whole nother galaxy or a whole nother solar system or what, an extraterrestrial, man. And then like, I don't even think we would be able to recognize a true UFO. Like if it's some kind of flying craft from some kind of being from a whole nother solar system, I don't think we would even recognize their transportation vehicle or their, you know what I'm saying, their vehicle of transportation, I don't think we would even we would be able to comprehend what's going on. Honestly, I just don't. I think they're so far superior to a human being, we wouldn't even recognize that that is even an alien, bro. Like, that's what I believe. A flying saucer, yeah, a flying saucer makes sense to human beings, bro. Like, we'll see certain things, be like the TR-3B. If you're not familiar with the TR-3B is, it's the triangle craft with the three dots on it and then a red dot in the middle. Like, come on, bro. That looks like something some human beings made. Like, if you think that's from an ET or an NHI, non-human intelligence, you crazy, man. A TR-3B, that's clearly made by some kind of human or some kind of government, I don't know what they call it, black budget program or something. It's clearly made by a black budget program, whether it's Lockheed Martin, Boeing, whoever it is, DARPA, whatever. But I don't know, man. I do think there are aliens somewhere in this universe that absolutely has to be. I mean, I don't remember who said this quote, but either one is scary. Either one. Either there's life everywhere in the universe, and that's scary, or we're the only ones in the entire universe. Both scenarios scary as fuck when you think about it. So I mean, I personally believe there's some kind of ET out there somewhere, but made it all the way to Earth. I mean, honestly, like, if you want to be honest, like, think it'll still take thousands of years traveling at the speed of light to get out of the galaxy. To get out of the Milky Way, it'll still take a few thousand years traveling at the speed of light to get out of the Milky Way. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's all crazy, honestly. But until I have another video for you guys, I'm out. It's Our Ancient Truth. Peace.